Hey guys, today's video is going to be a super simple, casual. That's the word I was looking for. A super casual kind of get ready with me style of video. I have a bunch of new products to try out, and I'm also trying to figure out some lighting settings on my brand new camera light. So please excuse the fact if I'm squinting. I've just got to get used to having these lights, but if I want to improve my lighting setup, I really need to just try and like power through, which is a little bit hard when you're photophobic, but I'll be okay. I'll be okay. But if my eyes get a little bit red or I blink a lot or like I'm squinty, I'm just trying to get used to it, just trying to feel it out, see what I can handle and what settings I need to actually have my camera on and everything, just to get the nicest sort of color. So I've got a bunch of Tarte things and also some Kylie Cosmetics of Valentine's Day goodies. So if that sounds like something that interests you, just simply keep on watching, and don't forget to thumbs up this video for me if you do enjoy these, so I will make an effort to do, make an effort to do more of them if you guys enjoy watching them. So without further ado, let's just get into it. So I always like to go in first of all with my MAC Fix Plus. I just really like how this makes my skin feel. It just is very hydrating, gives it a good little boost of moisture, which is what my face needs. And then because I'm bougie, I like to use two primers. Well, it's not because I'm bougie, it's because I have combination skin, so I need two different things to combat two different issues. So I always start off with the Benefit Professional, and I pop this on my forehead and down my nose. This just helps to control the oil that I get throughout the day on my forehead and nose in particular. It's interesting because even though my chin gets oily, it doesn't look as oily as my forehead gets, so I tend to not use this on my chin. But then I go in with my Too Faced Hangover Primer all on the lower half of my face, because as you guys can see, this is where I get my acne, which is where I'm a little bit more drier. I feel very hypo today. This could be interesting to edit back. Now I kind of went off color correcting for a little while there, but I've picked it back up again, and my favorite peach color corrector for my under eye circles is by Cover FX, and it is the Correct Click stick. I hauled these forever ago and I just really love this. It's a really good shade for my skin tone. So I just take like a little concealer brush. This one is from a Beauty Glamour box. It was out of one of their little sets. I just put that on the inner corners of my eyes and also just down under where I have a lot of pigmentation. Sorry, I'm gonna try not to look down because my mirror is down here. I need something taller to sit my mirror on because I need my mirror like up here. What could I use? What could I use to do that? That's better. Wow, so much better. Okay, I won't be looking down as much now, because now my mirror is right there rather than like down there. Now moving on to foundation, I don't want anything too heavy on the face today, so I'm just going to use my Old Faithful, which is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation in the shade Y245. This is my favorite foundation ever. It's more of a medium coverage sort of finish, and I just like to pump out about 2.5 pumps onto a hard surface. And I'm going to be using my Sigma Angled Kabuki F84 brush. This is my favorite foundation brush, and I just dip straight in, and I always do my face in sections. So I always start down on my left side of my face. I don't know, just like creature of habit sort of thing. So I'm going to be using my Tarte Shape Tape concealers. Now I have Fair Neutral and Light Neutral because I find Fair Neutral is too light, but Light Neutral is not highlighting enough for me. And I'm kind of like in a love-hate relationship with these. Like, I really do love them. I can see why they're super raved about. However, it is so hard to like use the correct amount. They get very cakey very quickly, and they are super full coverage. Like, it reminds me of a really full coverage foundation, but in a concealer form. Like, and the wands are so big that it's really easy to use way too much. It also dries really, really quickly, so you need to make sure that you just do sections. So I do my under eyes first, and I do the rest of my face with the concealer, because otherwise it dries too quick. And I'm just using my beauty blender to blend it out, and I blend it out in like a triangle shape, and I also take it up on my eyelid as well, just to cover all the veins. What I've learned too is when I'm using the Shape Tape, I try not to bring my foundation up around my eyes at all. I just let the concealer do the work and don't put any foundation there beforehand. And then quickly before I set my face with powder, I'm going to use my Too Faced Shadow Insurance Primer on my eyelids. It's just a very nice natural colour. It's just like my skin tone sort of shade. So now going in with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Light, and I'm using my Morphe E48 brush. This is technically a foundation, but because it's like a really nice light shade, I feel like it really helps to brighten my under eyes nicely. I find if I just use like translucent powder, it dulls down my under eyes way too much. I also use a little bit of it on my chin and on my forehead as well. And then with the same powder, but this time in medium, I then take my Sigma F30 large powder face brush, and I use this to set my entire face. This does just add that little bit of extra coverage to my Makeup Forever foundation, and it actually really smooths out my skin nicely. I find whenever I wear a liquid foundation, I set it with this powder because it just makes my skin look much more airbrushed and flawless, and really just brings it all together nicely. So I always like to do my bronzer before I do my brows, and I'm using my new Tarte Park Avenue Princess Amazonian Clay bronzer. This is a really nice shade. It's a little bit warmer tone to what I'm usually used to, but I still don't mind it. I'm going to be taking my Morphe E58 brush, and it's like a large angled fluffy kind of brush, and I like using this when I want like a really sort of blown out contour. So I'm going to start by tapping that into the product, and when I use powder bronzers, I always tap it into the skin. I don't buff it into my skin because I find it disturbs my foundation otherwise. I feel like my lights are casting a funny shadow over my face. That's kind of annoying, like when I'm putting makeup on. Oh guys, lighting is so hard to like figure out and get right. You have no idea. I never used to wear bronzer. I used to literally on an everyday basis, like I'd wear concealer and powdered foundation and blush, but I would never wear bronzer. And now like, I can't live without, like I'd rather wear bronzer than wear blush now. Crazy. I'm gonna grab my Kylie Valentines palette, which is on the floor, which I don't even know if you can see me. You can probably hear me. I'm just gonna grab the Kylie things that I want to use because she's got a blush in this palette, so the colors kind of look a little bit scary. Like they're very bright colors, a lot brighter than what I would usually wear for a blush. They're really, really bright. What color do I want to wear? So I'm going to use the, well, it's not really peach, it's actually kind of orange, but I'm going to use that blush. I've already been filming for 20 minutes. Jeez. Get your shit together. Okay, so I'm using my Sigma F10 powder blush brush to use this orange blush shade out of the Kylie Diary. Oh, I've got makeup all over my fingers. I'm gonna get that so dirty so quick. White palettes are a bad idea in my opinion. Bad idea. I just don't want these to be too pigmented because they kind of scare me looking at them in the pan. And they're not. Oh, they're like not pigmented at all. That's funny. I'm going to switch brushes and I'm going to use my Morphe E4 angled brush instead. I was like so worried these were going to be so pigmented, and they're actually... Mia, excuse you! But they build up really nicely. Actually, that's a really nice colour. I was scared for a second. I was real scared. For highlighter, I'm going to use, one of my new Tarte ones. I think I'm going to use the Exposed highlight. It's a gold colour. It's really pretty. And I want my highlighting brush by Sigma, which is the F35. I know a lot of people think the way I do my makeup's weird, like how I do my whole face and I do my brows and eyes, but it's just how I like to do my makeup. What order do you guys do your makeup in? Do you do your eye makeup first? Ooh, can you see that on camera? Gee whiz, that's so pretty. I don't know what people are talking about when they say these highlights are a more natural highlight. Like, what crack are you on? That ain't natural. That ain't natural. That's like blowing to the golds kind of thing. Because I've had so many YouTubers be like, oh, I like the Tarte highlighters, but they're really natural. Okay. If you say so. I would disagree strongly on that though. Of course, my Benefit brow products. I'm going to start off with the Precisely My Brow Pencil in shade 3. I need my brows done again already. After about 2 weeks after having them tinted and waxed, I already want them done again. Ew, could someone have told me that my lips looked like crusty AF? Ugh. Ugh. I need to do something about that before I keep filming. Yuck. Good time to try my Tarte lip scrub. So, Tarte lip scrub. Let's see how this works. Ooh. It's working. It's really working. Oh. Oh, did I break it? Oh, you're joking, I did. Just broke the top of it off. This is why I never film makeup tutorials or get ready with me's or anything, because I'm all over the place. I like that, other than the fact that I just broke it. So back onto brows, I'm just gonna brush them through. Excuse me, I just burped. My brows are nothing special either, by the way. So I'm not really going to go in depth with this. I'm just going to do them and kind of skip past them and not really talk much while I'm doing them. Because, let's face it, they're pretty shit, really. Now I'm going to dip into some of the Ka-Brow in shade 3, just to darken up my brows a little bit more. Okay, so now moving on to eyes. And I'm going to start off with the little Kiss Me palette, which is this one. Isn't it so cute? It's so tiny. Oh, they're the shades. So I'm going to start off by using this shade in my transition, which is called, I don't know what way around she has her labels. I don't know whether or not that is the transition shade color or that is, but I'm using the matte one out of the little palette anyway, just so you know. Because although I love the colours in this palette, I feel like they're all a bit bright for transition shades. I might go in with that, sorry, I'll hold up so you can see it. I might go in with this shade afterwards, but we'll just play it by ear. Let's just try this one first. And I'm going to take my Sigma, my Sigma E40 tapered blending brush, just to blend that all through my crease. I want to do something super peachy or pink kind of vibes and very smoked out. It's a really nice shade. It's got great color payoff. That's a really beautiful shadow. I love that. That gets a 10 out of 10 for me. Definitely, that was a great consistency. It's going to take this shade now, which is a little bit more of a pinkier shade, and I'm going to take a little bit more of a defined brush. This is the E35 tapered brush. It's just a little bit more defined and dense than the previous one. I'm going to start by packing that shade in the very outer corner and then blending it up into the crease where we have that previous shade, and pretty much blending those shades together. And this one's definitely much more pink. So then it does have this really sort of dark purple, it's not really burgundy. Oh, it kind of is burgundy, purpley shade. I think I'm going to put that on my outer corner because I always need to have a darker outer V, if that makes sense. I just feel like I need it. So I'm going to try that shade. Well, it's not actually as dark as I was thinking it would be from the pan. It's actually a very bright shade still, but I like it. Blending nicely. So far this is impressing me, this palette. It's much better than the Christmas palette. I really hated the holiday palette. Really hated it. Okay, so now those shades are on, I'm going to go back into the little Kiss Me palette. I'm going to take the peachy shimmery shade. I'm going to put that all over my lid. It's not super pigmented, but it's very pretty. It's not like a foiled shadow. but it definitely has a very nice iridescence to it. Oh, and I still have purple on it from yesterday on this brush. Ah! Damn it. Hang on, let me switch brushes. That one's dirty. I'm gonna use the soft shader E20 brush instead. Oh, sorry. Ah! This is going really well. I'm just like knocking shit everywhere. No, I am liking this shimmer though. Although, like I said, it's not a foiled shade. It's definitely like a little bit more of a chunky consistency. Like I can see the chunks of glitter in it, but I like it. Like it's a really pretty color. I can see myself getting a lot of use out of this. Now I'm going to take my E30 pencil brush and take that purple shade on my lower lash line. I don't know if I like the purple on my lower lash line. Nope, scrap that. So I'm going to take my burgundy palette and I'm going to use that bottom left-hand shade for my lower lash line. It's just a bit more chocolatey. I'm just going to quickly jump off camera and line my lash line with a black pencil and pop on some falsies, so I'll be right back. So now I'm going to use my Valentine lip kit. This is like a really beautiful fuchsia pink. So I'm excited to pop it on. I tried it on the other day and it stained my lips so bad and it was so hard to get off. So I'm committing. I'm committing to the pink today. I hope it looks pretty with this eye color. So let's just find out. So guys, this is a finished makeup look. I loved absolutely everything I tried today. All the new products I really loved and everything blended out beautifully. I really like all the Kylie Cosmetics products I tried too, which I'm super happy about because if you guys watched my holiday palette review, I did not like that palette at all. So yay, I'm happy again, Kylie. I love this palette this time around and I love this lip kit. It's such a beautiful shade. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed today's video, please do give me a big thumbs up and let me know in the comment section if you'd like to see more sort of get ready with me trying new product type of videos. I do have the Tarte Cosmetics Amazonian Clay Foundation coming in the mail, so as soon as that arrives I will do a full face of Tarte Cosmetics for you guys. But yeah, other than that, thank you so very much for watching. Please subscribe before you go and I'll be talking to you really soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.